Blue flag, fact
200 block baby.
Traficando on the highway 80. I'm from the Bay, your state where the motion be. I'm all up in the north, but they saying I ain't supposed to be. Thought I died and came back like it's sorcery. Didn't wanna do it, but these suckers kept forcing me. Said she loved me, but I did her dirty anyways.
Back with another episode of Never Enough Game. I got my boy Lil Seti and our guest right here, Gravedigga.
Whoa.
You feel me? And I'm Silent 200. We back with another one. Gravedigga, you new to this. So what we do is we talk about how our last week was. Like, how has our last week been?
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start with myself, and I'll go with Sergio, and then we'll go with you.
Yeah, so check in.
My past week. Shit, man, it's been a rough week with work. I'm a warehouse manager. I deal with a lot of numbers. I deal with a lot of product that's leaving in and out of the building that I work at. And yeah, you know, I took a L this month. And by L, I mean like $58,000 in a variance type of L. And you know, and that's what comes with it. That's with a lot of stuff coming in and out. What
do you mean variance?
It's a variance. So at the end of every month, I do an inventory of all the material at our location.
And 50,000 were missing.
And what I'm trying to explain to you is, so I either had more than or less of the expected number, right? So for instance, with a particular item, I had 68 less than a specific item, and that item is worth like $300-$400 per item, right?
Oh shit!
So, and then there were some items that was I had 100, 200 more than. So the total difference in either how much more or less than it was than the expected quantity combines to a total of it was like 58,000, whatever it was. So it's not something that it's kind of hard to explain. But it all goes into running a business and how it goes with profit and loss and stuff like that. So if I have more than what the company expected,
yeah,
then it's kind of all right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we have more than what we sold, right?
Yeah.
But if I have less than, then means that there's an issue, big issue, which means that shit has gone missing. That could have been sold, that didn't get sold, that's missing, and it's an unprofitable variance.
That's horrible.
So me as a warehouse manager, I have people I answer to, I have people I have to talk to, and yeah, I've been slacking. There's been things I need to work on, and I'm still working on that. So this past week, I had my end of the month inventory with warehouse shit, and I found out that I have more than and less than a bunch of material. I do all of the transfers for what goes out and what comes back in. That goes through me only. So I need to take ownership of that and figure out how I can improve those variances.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's work shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
music shit is cool. We dropped a bunch of shit recently. KG just dropped Get On. There's a music video, Blitz K.
Yeah, slap that.
You dropped some shit recently, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, so you know, me and this fool Sergio right here, we dropped 200 Block Baby. That's out right now.
Yes, sir.
And you know, shit is working right there.
And that full community interview just dropped too.
Full community interview just dropped. Go ahead and check that shit out.
Boy, LA icon.
Yeah. Man, better watch that.
Yeah, you feel me? So yeah, that's my week. Sergio, what's up with you, my boy? How was your week?
You feel me? I've had like a crazy week, fool. I'm not gonna lie. A good ass week though. Responsibility type shit. Just had to check myself on a lot of things where I was fucking up at. I feel like I did some shit that I hadn't done in a while. Like I wrote down all my goals and what time I want to reach them and things like that. Yeah. I started realizing that I'm fucking up in a lot of areas that I'm letting time get used in an unproductive way. You feel me? So then that's when I'm like, all right, I gotta cut a lot of this fucking wasted time out of my fucking day. And now when you write your goals down and you put a time frame on when you're gonna fucking do them, you can actually pay attention to what's wasting your fucking time.
Yeah.
You're more like, nigga, I don't not have time to do that shit. You feel me? You're like, hey, dude, like now, because, and the thing is, another thing that I realize is like when you set a goal, you should never be in a rush for a goal, bro. Because when you reach your goal, you're just gonna change it to when you want $1 million and you get $1 million, you're just gonna change your goal to 2 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the goal's always gonna change. The only thing that's dope is you trying to get there turns you into a beast. You know what I'm saying? So that's just like, you know, going to the gym every day, shit like that, stuff like that. So what's up with you, man? Man of the hour and shit. How was your week, man? I know you had a big one.
Nah, I had a great little week. I ended up going down to LA, and I had like at least like four podcasts lined up, and you know, just coming from the Bay Area is kind of hard.
You know, a lot of people want to know because they can't do things like that.
Yeah.
You know, they want to. I was talking to some homies. I'm not going to say their names this last weekend, but they're having issues trying to get in podcasts and things like that. Why do you think? How did you get on those podcasts? Number one, and why do you think that you're not having an issue getting on these platforms?
I think.
Honestly, I mean, you know, what you can say.
Popping.
Yeah,
motherfuckers popping. You know what I mean? That's the only way. And I mean, you can pay to get in there. I ain't pay a dime. I ain't pay no dollar. You feel me? I think it was just, I guess the.
But how did you get popping?
Music.
And what kind of work ethic do you have? Do you have like a certain number?
I'm consistent.
Do you have a certain amount of numbers or songs that you try to have done? Or you just go all out on it? Like, where's your work ethic? How do you think behind that to get those music done?
I feel like over the last year, because you know I've been rapping for a year. I think I've actually like switched it up so much. Like at first it was like 2 songs a week. I mean 2 songs a month type shit. You know what I mean? Now it's just kind of like I'm gonna do it and just do all the songs. You know what I mean? I hear a beat that I like and I'm just gonna do it right then and there. You get what I'm saying?
Where do you find the time to do those things? Because a lot of people probably say, hey, I don't have the time to do that stuff. Where and how do you make time?
Well, anytime. Like if let's just say that I'm doing something and I'm rapping my own shit.
Walk through like a regular day of how you would make a song. When would this come to you?
Well, sometimes we don't just be like, oh, today I'm making a song today. It's not like that. It's just it depends on the mood. It depends if I'm tired of watching TV or doing what I'm doing. I'm just gonna I search beats up. You know what I mean? So it's not like, you know, I do have certain people that, you know, send me beats like Tony Beats, and everybody else. But I'll slap a song and it'll beat, and if I like it, then I'll start writing to it. I'll try to like imagine myself doing the chorus. You know what I mean?
The reason why I tell you that is because like sometimes I'll try not to rap. I'll be like, you know what, I'm not gonna rap.
Yeah.
But then you're going through so much life starts hitting you, so much crazy shit starts happening to you. You can get arrested. You beefing it with your baby mama. You're trying to see your kids. Like, and then also some gang shit might start popping out. So much stuff will hit you, and nobody knows what you're going through. And sometimes when you put a pen to a paper and you just start putting that, it's almost like therapy. Like, you gotta say something.
Like, kind of like desquitándose, pues.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, obviously, like...
But you've been getting pretty good. Like, honestly, you're one of the most consistent fools. You feel me? So, I'm really curious to see, how do you do that shit? Because what you're saying sounds like anybody could do it. But what's the difference between you and the people that are not on these podcasts? And what should they do to get themselves there?
Be a little bit more consistent.
And what do you do? What should they do to get there consistent?
Dropping more songs, being more involved, going places, going to pop-ups, going to music events, going to other video shoots. Just being it known that you trying to do this shit, being hungry. You know what I'm saying? Being hungry for this shit. You know what I mean?
Do you listen to other people to kind of influence your style?
Yeah, I mean, I will be honest.
At least to stay in the loop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because some people rap and they look like they're stuck in the '80s and shit.
Nah, I'm listening to music that's popping right now. You know, sometimes I get that mood that I'm cleaning my house and then I'm slapping some Tupac or some shit like that. But I'm trying to just I'm bumping what's popping right now.
What would you say is like the main artist that's influenced your style?
Oh, damn. I don't know, dog. Cause I've listened to a
You
whole
can, you
lot of
know,
shit.
you just don't want to say it.
Nah.
Top your head, fool. It shouldn't even be that hard. Just top your head.
When I decided that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start rapping, is when I heard 93103 G's or some shit like that. It was Sad Boy when he first came out. He was in a group. Cause he wasn't by himself, fool. He was with with Rascal.
Swear.
It was like 93103 G's or some shit like that.
I didn't even know that.
And
shit.
it was Rascal. It was Sad Boy. You know what I'm saying? And Sad Boy came out with the I'm a gangster from that east side. I'm a gang. That shit hard as fuck, dog. Hard as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. That's when I was like, oh yeah, hard, fool. That fool Sad Boy said some shit like, you know me, G, and if you don't, let's roll. I'm Sabor Local from Traviesos, and you know the area code. I was like, damn. I said, oh shit. Hey, he was hard, fool. So that's when I was like, oh shit. When I heard that, I was like, oh man, I gotta get up on it. You know what I mean?
When was that? What year was that?
Fuck, that was in 2011.
2011?
11. That's when I was like, my mind was kind of like preparing about rapping. Like,
yeah, you were a youngster, huh?
Yeah, I don't even remember how old I was, bro. I was probably like 14, 15.
I was like 22.
I like 14, 15.
Okay. All right, so what was your experience with all these guys this weekend on the podcast?
Oh, it was, hey, bro, it was lovely, man. They showed a lot of respect, you know.
So what was the first podcast you touched down at?
I went to American Cholo.
American Cholo. So let's talk about American Cholo. What is your first impressions of American Cholo?
Very respectful. I met him. I met him when you did that podcast the last time.
Yep. Yeah.
So I met him and I didn't really like talk with him, or I didn't really like socialize with him. So, because I was more about the dude in the back. I was just kind of observing.
Yeah, Gil is very respectful. He's a humble dude. Dope. I respect Gil. I like Gil. I like his personality, and I like where his head's at. So, out of that podcast, what would you say was something where you picked up some game at? Like, what is something you learned from it that you could take with you and share with other people?
I think the whole politics shit. You know what I mean?
The politics shit, explain.
Yeah, like as far as like the whole Biden and Trump shit.
Oh,
like,
okay.
He was talking about Trump and like with that him being like it was like a
conspiracy?
No, conservative. No.
Yeah, there's a conservative and then there's liberals.
Yeah, like
so conservative is a Republican and a liberal.
So he was
like
talking about that shit, and I was just kind of like soaking it up. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not the type of dude to be listening to the type of shit like that. I can't even vote.
Yeah.
I can't even vote. You know what I mean?
But you gotta know that shit sometimes.
But I mean, it was good actually having a conversation about it, because usually I'm the type of dude that just I'll walk away from it. So
really?
There was like no other chance of like walking out. What am I gonna
go?
You know what I'm saying? So
let me put my head in here.
Yeah. So I, instead of like sitting there and just putting a like fuck, I was just like, damn, bro, like I didn't know all that.
So how did your overall conversation go with him? Did it go the way that you expected, or did it go in another direction?
Nah, I was expecting him to drill me with the whole T-shirt questions.
Okay.
I was expecting him to drill me, but I think probably told him not to say nothing about that shit.
But did you okay? So you expected him to talk to you about the just so people understand, you're talking about all my ops are dead shirts?
Yeah, my merchandise that I have put out.
Okay, yeah. And you were expecting him to speak to you about it, or were you going to speak about it?
Nah, I was just kind of like rolling with the wave, you know what I mean? I was rolling with whatever like he was gonna talk about. Then it was just kind of like, fuck it, I'm gonna talk about it. So it's like he kind of like he didn't want to talk about it, so I respected it. So.
But when you say that he didn't want to talk about it, do you feel like it's just a subject he didn't bring up, or were
he brought it up,
or were you? Oh, okay, so he did.
Yeah, he brought up the whole T-shirt shit, but you could tell that we didn't want to bring that shit up. So
it did get brought up in the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So out of that whole conversation with you and an American Cholo, Is there anything that you felt like you didn't like about the podcast, or was everything good?
Nah, everything's 100% well. You know what I'm saying? For the Cholos, it was 113% well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was good. He treated me with respect. Dude was real good. He you know, good guess type shit. You
That's
know what I mean?
good. That sounds like Gil. That's exactly how. That's how my impression was of him.
Nigga had me in a green room.
Hell yeah.
I saw somebody.
Shout out to American Cholo, man. Appreciate you, my boy.
I will say something about what he was saying, and I'm not gonna speak on a whole lot, but something that did make me feel kind of like, man, Gil sometimes doesn't. I feel like he doesn't know what he be getting himself into. Sometimes it's just because one. I saw the comments when that thing came out, and there was a Northerner in the comments, and he was like, "Hey, do you interview Northerners too?"
Oh yeah, I peeped that shit out.
And then he said, "I interview everybody." I don't know, fool. I mean, I think you should be a little more. This is me just giving my opinion. You should be a little bit more careful about putting your. Because look, I think there's a view in LA that's like, okay, these fools are all homies, and I said a little bit on the full community interview. When you're all homies and you guys go to jail, eventually you're cool because you're doing time with these fools, right?
We
got his back.
We getting the same side.
Yeah, but if you're over here and you end up going to jail, like these fools will they're not really in your circle. They're usually doing their own shit all the way. So I mean, before you open your doors to just anybody, be careful. I mean, Gold Toes is a businessman at the end of the day, so he's gonna always be on some business shit. But you let the wrong people in your house, and I mean, you can't take that back, bro. And that's something like you know how they say, don't shit where you sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's one thing that I would say that I think, man, you should probably be a little careful. But hey, but to each his own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, you can even do the interview on live. You know, so your motherfucker doesn't know where you stay, type shit.
Yeah.
But so what was Hater World like?
Yeah. So no, wait, hold on. We ain't gonna backpedal like that. We did that little we did a mic drop, fool.
What was that like?
Hey, fool.
It was tight.
There's no lip singing. There's none of that, fool. You gotta do it live, fool. Like you have to say the whole thing without fucking up.
That
And
shit
if you
was
fuck
tight.
up, what happens?
That
You
shit was
redo it?
tight, fool. Hey,
You're
fool.
redoing it.
Hey,
How
fool.
many times you redo it? Hella times.
I did like a good 3.
Hey, fool, I heard that shit. That shit was good, fool.
That shit was hard.
Yeah, you did a good job, my boy.
Yeah, man, that should be hard nowadays, fool. Because motherfuckers don't be remembering their shit like that no more.
Hey, fool, and it was just like, I was like, man, dog, I was like, I don't know what song to pick. And I was just like, you know what? This is like, I was going to have somebody else jump on, but I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm just going to do this one. Bam. And I did it, and it was hard, fool. It was...
Nah, that shit was lit.
Nah,
I
that shit
fuck
was
with
hard.
it.
He was trying to kick me out. He was like, hey, fool, if you don't do this, he's like, if you don't do it
You
this
had your
time.
chance. Hey, you had your chance already, G. It's giving me time to go already. I gotta go. I'm gonna shut down everywhere.
Hey,
Exactly.
Fuck that
We
time.
ain't doing this all night.
Nah,
dog.
he's like, after the third one, he was like, if you don't do this, homie. You know how he talks?
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
if you don't do it, homie, then
It wasn't
you gotta
meant to
hop
be.
out and then have somebody else come in.
Yeah.
He's like, what's up, fool? You're choking? You're choking? And nobody even here.
Damn, nah, there was hella people there, fool.
Oh, really?
So your second one, your second podcast,
Hater World,
was
yeah.
Hater World.
Oh, yeah.
So what was so you were obviously there too the first time we went over there. So how was your first impressions of you being there yourself with Hater World?
Dope as fuck too, man.
Yeah.
He's cool as fuck. Hey, shout out Hater World. Like
That's
a
right.
He's
motherfucker.
coming up pretty fast,
Shout out
dog.
Blue
Yeah.
Devil, man.
Like he's got like the most impressive fucking scenery and
Hey,
shit.
he
like,
got all that shit set up. You know,
Yeah.
shout out 200
no,
boys.
he's
too.
got one of the dopest
Yeah.
setups, fool.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's got his reaction room, the podcast room, the 200 boys shit. Like, I was like, damn, this was really
Yeah,
blowing
Playboy
up.
and Opina.
Yeah.
Yes,
Fuck.
sir.
So what was the conversations like right there? Did you feel like you were able to speak freely and everything like that, or is there
Yeah,
anything you had to keep hush?
Freely.
Okay, that's
Overall,
right.
it was like to be honest with you, I was kind of getting tipsy. hey,
I
they
was
treated me
damn near
good.
tipsy the time I went on. Dog.
Hey,
Shit.
fool, hey, I was tipsy. I was like, man, but I was cool though. You know how, I mean, I don't even think y'all.
You don't get
see me
fucked up
drunk.
like that.
I think you see me drunk.
Yeah.
It's one good time, but nah. I usually when I drink, I keep it professional, even though I'm kind of like, but you know, I do my thing, and it was cool, man. They treated me with respect. You know, all that, man. I was there, and you know, we had some serious ass conversations.
What was one of the ones you think was the most serious?
I
Honestly?
mean,
or that the most memorable conversation you had,
memorable.
and why?
I think just the whole SPM talk, you know, SPM talk, and then them asking me if I ever do like a song with a, you know what I'm saying? You know.
Do you think that was a memorable conversation?
So what so that way people can understand, because some people maybe have not listened to that podcast. So when you're saying maybe not have done a song with like
northerner, yeah, like a northerner, like a northerner.
What was your answer to that?
I said hell nah.
Okay.
What about the SPM? What was the main thing that you talked about with the SPM when it kind of brought your attention up? What was the subject that he was saying? And
just the whole Texas shit, like just the whole like him having that little situation, and then like what's gonna happen when he gets out, and that he's not even worried about clearing himself. Cause he's talking about he's innocent and all this goofy ass shit, but it's like he want to talk about you know, the first thing he's gonna do a show in Vegas and all in Texas and Houston, all this shit. But
Damn,
it's like,
that was crazy,
man. I mean, look. I'm not gonna knock it to nobody. You know, I'm pretty sure everybody used to listen to him.
Yeah, for sure.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure I was too young to even understand what was going
facts.
on. So I'm saying, so I mean, me being 15 years old, I mean, I'm slapping SPM.
Yeah,
straight up. And
then
I'm like, free that nigga shit. And all that shit. Yeah. And then until I was grown,
to find out what the fuck actually happened. Me too.
To find out, no, that is not okay.
That was no accident.
No, I must be high.
You were tripping. You were actually high.
Hey, he must be high.
He's really trying to plead like I was nah, nigga, you were tripping. Nah, he was at a pocket full. All right, so you know that was some sick shit. But look, I want to touch on a little bit. Maybe we can touch on this stuff later. I want to touch on more like your upbringing. So, do you have any sisters or brothers?
Yeah, I got brothers and sisters. Yeah.
Are they all from the same parent or different?
Nah,
parents?
we got all my sisters and brothers. We all got different mom or dad.
Did you grow up with them?
Not really. Like my sister, you know, my second sister, like you know, she lives in the Bay Area, but nah, I haven't talked to her in a while.
How was it growing up and being black and Mexican?
Like, I mean, honestly, it was you know.
Did you ever feel like discriminated against one way or another?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna say I did or I didn't. Because I didn't felt like that because I was kicking it with the Morenos. You know,
you're with the urban people.
Yeah, I was.
Even the Mexicans and the blacks can get together. So who are they really gonna be tripping on?
Yeah, I was really kicking it when I was in elementary school and all. I used to kick it with the blacks. You know, like that was the people I used to play basketball, football. All that shit. So it was like that was my people that I was growing up with.
So what made you gravitate more to like Mexicans?
When I started moving around, fool. When I started moving, that's when I was like, hold on.
What opened your eyes or what attracted you to
the love that I seen that they was getting.
And you didn't find that in the black community?
I'm not gonna say I didn't. I just it was more I think I attracted that more. You know what I mean?
You were attracted to the Mexican love more than the black community's love.
I mean, I'm not gonna. Man, it sounds.
You have
sounds
to
kind of hard to say because I fuck with both like
but
equally.
That's what I would really want to know. Like honestly,
no, I fuck with both equally. It's just me gang banging had nothing to do with like I fuck with the Mexicans more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it didn't have to do with race with you. It had to do more with where your loyalty was.
Yeah. And it was like where I was at that moment. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying.
It wasn't like I was kicking it with the blacks and was like, oh yeah, no, I feel like being a homie. You feel me?
I have a certain thing about what you said, and I'm not racist or none of that shit. But I'm just I'm from below, so I have a lot of friends that were black. There was a friend of mine. He was a youngster. He was my little brother's homie. His name was Mario, right? Black dude. And what ended up happening is this is what I think of because look, fool, the black community has been attacked, fool, by the government way worse than us. Our shit's not that fucked up. Why? Because we come from Mexico. Mexico is right over there. Yeah. That's why you still see a lot of Mexican families that are together. They can't take away our values or our morals because right there. But black people have been taken away from Africa for fucking hundreds of years already. So then what happened is they attacked the man in the fucking household, split up the household for the black community, and then what ends up happening, you take the man out of the household, then the kid doesn't know what the fuck he's gonna do. He ends up going to prison. The whole shit just destroys itself. That's why they started the Black Panther Party. All I'm saying is a lot of the fucking shit that happens is wrong with them, or that's not wrong with them, but that their family what do you call that shit? The family group is destroyed. But it's not their fault because the government has attacked it, right? But what I'm saying is it has forced them to be a little bit more, in my personal opinion, ruthless. And when I say that, it's like, okay, I had this homie of mine, right? And it's not their fault. They've just been taken away from the actual traditionals, morals and shit like that. Except for like the South. The South sometimes still has a lot of places like that. But my example is this. My homie, I'm driving him around and he's like, hey, look, bro, take me back to my house right now. I'm like, why? He said, nigga, take me back right now. I'm like, what are you trying to get your house for? He said, look, fool, my mom. I'm like, what's up with your mom? She just found out where my weed stash is. She's gonna take my shit. And then I'm thinking about it like, what is this nigga talking? I swear to God. No, it's a true story. And in my head, I'm like, so what? I mean, what's she gonna do? She's gonna smoke my shit. And I'm like, dog, your mom is not, my mom finds my weed stash. She's gonna take it and try to call the cops type shit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the difference of the, so this fool cannot trust his own mom. So do you think he's gonna trust you? You're just a regular motherfucker. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So then that's when I told him one day, because he kicked it with a bunch of Mexicans. But he was really a black dude. I'm like, bro, why do you kick it with a bunch of Mexicans? And he said to me, like, look, to be honest with you, nigga, I don't trust niggas. That's what he fucking said to me. And I'm not trying to be racist, but I'm like,
no,
ooh.
he did. That is exactly how he talked. We call him Black Mario.
Yeah.
Right? Because
he's a big ass fool.
You're somebody named Mario, you think that's like somebody that's Latino, not being like racist or anything. But we always be like, oh, I'm with Black Mario. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He was cool. And he was with the shit, dog.
Because they're going to be like, which one?
Yeah, it would be like that.
Or you would be like, which one if you had another. But, hey, he was with the shit.
But my point that I'm trying to make is, I was curious about that with him, and he told me. And then after a while, he just started hanging out with nothing but black fools. You know what I'm saying? And went that route. But then I started really thinking, like, damn, this nigga. And then I started looking at his background, where his mom's even stealing from him, where his own family's trying to take shit from him. And I thought, damn, that's so weird. I would never think that my mom's gonna take my weed or do something like that, or like try to grab my gun or like do some shit like that. And that's what I'm thinking. Like, bro, did you have any experiences like that, or was it totally different?
Nah, my mom was very, very strict, dog.
Swear.
Yeah.
Where was she from?
My mom was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had a lot of like, cause I can't tell you. Like,
You know where your mom was from?
My mom was like from back and forth from Compton and San Francisco, dog.
But you don't know where her family originated?
Fool, I'm telling you, like originally, like my family I have family in Texas. I have family in Frisco. I have family in LA. I have family in the Bay Area. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Vegas. So it's like I can't say like originally I think it was maybe Frisco, like Pacifica area.
But okay, when I say where they're from, the reason why I say that is because you know how we go. Mexicans always can trace their shit back to Mexico, right?
Oh yeah, but my mom's black and Mexican. So my mom's black and my dad's Mexican. So my dad's side is in Mazatlan.
Usually, black people can always trace themselves back somewhere in the South.
Yeah,
either Louisiana.
Texas. It's Texas.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
We're just gonna say Texas then, because I'm gonna be honest with you that I can't I don't know like.
That's how when we go to Mexico, the black folks they're like, oh, we're from the South.
Yeah.
They're from over there.
Yeah,
and
so
that tells you a lot.
Texas. I say Texas.
Yeah, Texas. Okay, Texas, see that makes sense. That's why I'm like, you can usually trace that back there. Yeah. And that's why, because I talked to a dude, and I was in prison one time with this dude named Bull. Bro, he was older than me. Hey, honestly, he was the coolest motherfucker ever, bro. Like, for real, like, this fool was in there trying to catch fates for me and shit. I'm like, bro, hey, don't do that, man. You're gonna get me in some shit. Hey, but he was cool, and I talked to him, and I got more of a perspective of him, and he started telling me stuff about, like, and I've never talked to you about this, and that's why I really want to dive deep, because we talk a lot about our Mexican heritage together. We listen to corridos and things like that, but I think a more interesting thing is that side, like how does it affect you, because you can relate to it a lot more than me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because you've lived in that environment. Like, food choices as well. Like, what is the food choices like?
My food choice is either straight soul food or straight fucking menudo or straight fucking camarones type shit.
Damn, soul food? What's that?
Oh, yeah. So, soul food. Yeah, I fuck with, fried chicken. I fuck with the whole barbecue, nigga. The whole... the hot link, the motherfucking the ribs, all that shit, dog. Good.
How old were you when you first went to jail?
Oh, I went to my first time going to jail. I was 16. And I was in Mexico.
Swear, you're in Mexico?
Yeah.
What's that like?
Horrible, dog.
Compared to the United States, what was it like?
So over there, it's not about like bail. It's no shit like that. So when obviously I was a minor, dog, so they thought that I was like 20. These motherfuckers took me to the big jail, dog. They took me to the big jail, and you know, the homie that came with me, Silent, his name is Silent too. For real. He's dark as fuck though. Nah, but complete so Silent had like a roach in his back pocket.
And that's what they locked him up
and
for?
They took both of us, nigga. For a roach. They beat the shit out of me. They took my socks off, my shoes off. They stepped on my toes. Me levantaron. They put me in the truck. They handcuffed me with one of the ops, like this. They handcuffed me like this. Handcuffed me the whole way.
With a northerner?
Nah, well, I mean, in Mexico, they didn't have that. They had just other homie hoods, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So and it was one of the dudes that I had whooped on. I whooped on him like probably like a few months back, and it was just like a coincidence that this motherfucker was already in the motherfucking back of the truck, and these dudes were like doing raids, like anybody who's walking down the street that looked like a thug. They'll see what you got, and if you got some sort of something, you get in the truck. You getting whooped on. You're getting whooped on. I'm talking about everybody from that group, from those 3 trucks, municipales, they all got a lick on me.
So it's off of what you look like.
What you look like, how you dress.
Not if you're on probation or
there's
nothing
no
like
such
that.
thing as probation.
So it's just on like if you look like somebody.
If you bald head, yeah.
We popping out on you and fucking with you.
They crossing, they gonna stop you, like real stop. They don't know. There's no suspicion of nothing. There's a hey, what you got? And if you got 50 pesos.
Yeah, they do like that. They
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that day I got arrested. I went to the jail. You know, the whole time the cop was like telling me like, oh, I'm gonna tell your dad that you had this, and that. That way he could beat your ass in front of me. Yeah. I mean, obviously my dad had way more sense. Were
you a little spooked?
Hell yeah. They were taking me somewhere I don't know. What the fuck? In Mexico?
So then...
How long did you do there?
No, I just did a day, but I mean, the experience was I felt like I was locked up for a year.
So start with the beginning to the end of that. So like, how was intake?
Oh, there was no such thing as like a when you go like to Santa Rita or some shit like that they classify you. No, they throwing you in the motherfucking tank with everybody, everything.
Right. So from the process from when they're taking you out, like what are they doing?
Okay, so they'll have you put your hands behind your back, look down type shit, and then they take your shoelaces and your belt and obviously all your shit, like your phone, all that, whatever, and then they just throw you inside the tank.
So they take you to a tank. There's no fingerprints, nothing. So they don't
even ask you what you're here for, fool.
So do you have a number?
Nothing. You just go in there. That's it.
So how do they keep track of you for what you're in there for?
Shit, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you, because they didn't even ask me my fucking name.
Damn.
What the fuck?
Dick.
Okay.
They didn't even know, bro. They didn't ask me for my name. They asked me for a number to call my dad. That was it, nigga. They that's why I was spooked, because, bro, like I've met a lot of my homies, fool, that get picked up and never come back.
Damn, that's crazy.
So you're in there for 24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours.
So what are those 24 hours like in there in that tank?
Hawking. A lot of motherfuckers on the floor. A lot of people hawking your clothes. I had some. It was like my birthday was like a couple days before that. So I had fresh ass Cortezes. I had some Dickies shorts. And, I had motherfuckers looking at me like, what's up? Let me get that. No, dead homies. Let me get that. And you just got to be like, hell nah. Like, I'm not giving up nothing. And imagine me. I'm 16 years old with a bunch of 20-something-year-olds. And then, like, over there, they on some savage shit. I ain't gonna lie.
So, you say the kind of guys you spooked, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
But you've kept going to jail before.
Yeah.
So, why do you think, what made you keep getting into the same situation? Do you think?
I think because I survived it.
You weren't like, damn, I need to chill?
Like, nah, hell nah. I felt like, oh, that's all it was. Even though, like, it was really like,
a regular person, like a kid, would be scared straight at that point and be like, damn, I don't want to fucking do this shit anymore. Most people do. They'll go to jail like one time. Yeah. So what was the thing? Like, you just thought I could still keep getting away with this, or did you look up to something to try to do that? What was it that kept you being in them situations?
Nah, just being in the same environment with the homies, you know what I mean? Just kicking it. So it was just like, oh, they praised me for it. Like, it was just like,
okay, so then I'm gonna give you another question, right? So you're saying you didn't. So obviously, your last term, you must have had a thought process and a time that you went through and you really reevaluated everything you were doing, because you're not in jail right now. Yeah. You have been out of jail for a while. Yeah. So what was that? Because you're saying you didn't have the last time you must have had an experience that must have changed your mindset and what you were doing and made you more focused and like, you know what, I can't be coming in out here anymore like this. I got to do something with my life. What was it?
Shit, I'm going to be honest with you. This time going to the feds, I was in the shoe like 80% of my time. So I had a lot of thought, a lot of thinking, fool.
Damn, 80%. Fuck.
Yeah,
damn, that's hella. What was that shit like in the shoe?
And then the feds,
you don't see nothing?
Fool, the feds, the shoe has a shower in it, fool. So they don't have to take you nowhere.
Damn, so you're there all day?
Yeah, so, but I like that shit though.
So the shower is in your cell?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You have the shower in your cell. It's like a box. It's like a aluminum box. It's like on a corner, and then you got the bunk right here, and then you got the toilet, and then the door. That's it, bro.
In the feds.
In the feds.
Okay, and
in the shoe though.
In the shoe.
In the shoe. And so is that 23-1 or 23 or 24 or like what
24
is it?
hours. 24 hour lockdown. I mean, obviously, you know, they're supposed to give you an hour a day,
right,
in the yard. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Who's gonna get up at? I mean, yeah. Everybody's programming, but when they pass by at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, who's gonna like really be like, I'm going to yard? Like, the fuck? Like, and then it was cold, and then I'm in Mendota, like I'm in Mendota shoe, like cold as fuck out there. You know what I'm saying? Like freezing balls. I don't got no sweats, no shorts. They give you these orange jumpsuits. That's it, with boxers. And then it's cold as fuck in there, so it's like anybody want to go outside. But I mean, sometimes when it's mandatory, it's mandatory. You know.
Was there an actual moment that you can remember that you were like, "Damn, this shit is fucked up. Like, I gotta do something." And what was that day like, or that moment like, that kind of like sparked your eyes and said, "Hey, you know what? I gotta start coming. I gotta do something else with my life."
Losing my mom, losing my mom to like, you know, like her, like kind of like, I'm not gonna say disowning me, but as far as like, it was just like the last of her wit. Like, it was just like, dude, again, fuck you. You're going to stay there by yourself. You get no support from nobody. Yeah. Handle your business. And that was one of the hardest things that I felt like. I was like, dude, I can't. You know, I love my mama.
Your family, for sure.
Yeah, my mama, my kids, you feel me? Like, my daughter, she was going through a whole lot. And it was like, it's fucked up because the day I was supposed to, you know, go pick her up, was that weekend I got locked up. And I had to make that last phone call. Was like, hey, I can't pick you up.
Fuck.
You know, I'm gonna see you in a few years, like type shit.
Fuck.
So like, you know, even though like I knew what it was just like I was like fuck, but I was like, oh, I got my mom. You feel me? I got you know, support system up the ass. Yeah. You feel me?
You thought
so? Yeah, I thought. Damn. Once I called and was like, man, I got a federal hold. My mom was like, my mom didn't even talk to me at the time, you know? It was just kind of like, fuck, God, man, a federal hold. I was like, damn, now, I was like, man, they talking about minimum of 5 years.
Damn.
Over a punk ass, you feel me? I already did the time, so a punk ass strap, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I did. You know, I luckily I got 36 months, but they were trying to give me 48 to 56, 48 months to 56 months, which is like 3 years, 10 months to 4 years, 10 months. So that was like, yeah. So when my mom cut up out of my system, like my support system, I was messed up. For like I was in there running fades.
Well, what's your relationship with your mom right now?
You know, I have a great relationship with my mom. Great relationship. I'm not gonna lie, like the best one. This is the best relationship I've ever had with my mom.
Is it because you've been more responsible, you think?
Yeah, I think I've been more responsible. I've been more like, you know, I've been more honest with my mom. You know, sometimes growing up, you in that lifestyle, you ain't gonna tell your mom nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to worry my mama, but now like I keep communication with her. I keep she got my location. She got my locations. She knows. You know what I mean? So it's like my mama's there for me. I could tell her whatever, and even though she might get upset, she still, she got my back. I ain't going back to jail though. I ain't going back to jail, boy.
Hell no.
Unless it's needed.
And what about your dad? The relationship with your father?
My dad's cool, man. My dad had other kids, so he's playing father again. He's still my dad, but I'm a grown ass man now.
But you like that though,
yeah.
Don't it? You kind of understand it more as you get older.
Yeah, like I'm grown now. Like, go ahead, do your thing. You feel me? Like, I understand. You feel me?
Shit happens.
I don't have like the full communication that I had with my mom, but I still, we still like partners. We still, we still keeping communication.
Did he help you out when you were in the pen?
Fuck, sometimes. Sometimes I call my dad, and my dad's Pisces, so it's like he don't know about the whole pressing buttons and shit like preta 5. Press 5 as a GTL. He ain't gonna put no money on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was more like I'll text my dad, because they have computers in there.
Mm-hmm.
They have emails and shit. So I'd rather just email my dad instead of calling him.
So then, with the music thing, when you got out, what made you so motivated to do it? What pushed you to do it? Because you could have done other shit. You could have just been like, you know what? I'm going to fucking go to school and I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. What pushed you so far to do that? Because you are hella motivated.
Yeah.
So what? I can see now why you're motivated, but what took you to that?
I think being in the shoe and not having a radio or nothing, and just me working on my music was just very important in my life at that time. So I think that I was the nigga that was like, hey, Sleep, spit that paranoid. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be under the thing, I was paranoid. I got murder on my mind. So everybody used to fuck with it. So yeah, so they'll say, spit this, spit that. And when I was like, oh yeah, it's just popping is when, Free Boo. Boo was like repeating my song. And I seen him, even though like you never heard it on the beat. But now that I'm saying it, it's murder. It's on me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, what the fuck? He was like, oh yeah, woo woo. You feel me? And then like every time we would go to a different tank or something like that, he would be like, hey bro, rap, bro, spit that one shit. He would put me on the spotlight. And then I was just like, bro, everybody was nodding and everybody was like, oh yeah, this shit slap. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. Yeah.
Another thing then, in your area, when you first touched down, you're the type of guy that if I was to say something, I would say that you're playing chess a lot of the times while other people are playing checkers. And you're thinking like 10 steps ahead before somebody kind of figures out what's happening, you're already like there. Yeah. You got somewhat of like a tunnel vision, I think, to what you're doing. How did you put yourself into this position? How did you see because look, I'm gonna be honest, in Richmond, and that's where you were like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not a lot of people that were, that I know that were really rapping a lot like in Richmond. Yeah. You feel me? Like, you got, I think his name was Flaco, but like serious rappers, I don't know like I know a lot of fools from Richmond, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of homies in Richmond. Yeah. But like, I'm talking about like rapping wise, what made you put yourself out there like that and do them type of movements and then after you did them, what did you feel like when you started escalating so quickly? You know what I mean?
Shit, I think at first, I'm gonna be honest with you. At first, I posted my freestyle. I'm not gonna say a freestyle, but I posted like a mic, like a when you screen record your song and shit like that. I posted it and I ain't even getting no traction or nothing. So I was like, man, these motherfuckers think I'm playing. So when I did
delete that. Start all over again.
Hey, palabra, I deleted it. Hey, I deleted it, and I was just like, hold on, man. I'm on ankle monitor. I was like, man, I gotta get ready, cause my mentality was when I got out of the feds, I'm gonna do this halfway house. Once I'm out this halfway house, I'm gonna do this ankle monitoring. And once I got that freedom, and then I was gonna start rapping. Cause I know these motherfuckers is on dick, bro. Like bruh, I'm telling you, bruh. If I stay out the radar, it's for a reason.
I'm gonna use the restroom.
Yeah,
Let's go ahead.
If you know what I mean, it was for a reason. You get what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
So like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like that shit. Yeah, I decided to come out the ridge, dog. Come out the ridge. Nobody else was doing it. You know what I'm saying? We had some goofy ass nigga, you know, make us look. I mean, I'm not gonna say make us look bad, because at the end of the day, I wasn't born there. But at the same time, I'm staying there. So you feel me? That's why I come out. That's why I say I come out of Richmond. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta represent that shit the right way.
That's where I first saw you. I was looking at my phone one day, and I just seen you, and I was like, damn, this fool kind of fucking slaps. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this fool slapping. Like, who is this motherfucker? And I was like, oh, he's from Richmond. And there's a lot of fools that pop up that you don't know. Like, for me, it's like, oh, new character unlocked.
Yeah,
like, you feel me? You see, like, this nigga, like, got his own little style and shit like that.
Kombat.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right. And then that's how it kind of be. And when I seen that, I was like, all right, this one got a little style to him. And then I was trying to meet up with you, but to be honest, it gets difficult to meet up with people nowadays when they're trying to come up in the game, because you don't know his true intentions. You know what I'm saying?
They don't know if they serious or you
don't know if they're like informants or some shit.
Or haters, dog.
Or haters. But my main issue that we had was that. So once I seen you come into play, you can always tell who really wants it and who's gonna get there.
Hey, what was the first thing I told you when you told me about? Oh yeah, you can meet up and all this shit. What did I tell you about my paperwork?
Oh, this was like, hey, boy. He's like, fool, I got one. Because we sometimes we don't know, bro. Motherfuckers be tripping sometimes, and we're trying to put them on, and we don't know who they are. We've had a lot of sketchy characters come into play. I mean, you guys could just see some of the fools that we fucked with, they've gone that left. You know, it just happens. And this fool's like, and I was explaining it to him. I'm like, look, fool, you know what? It's just like, you know, everyone's a little iffy right now. Da-da-da. He's like, fool, I don't give a fuck, fool. I got my 128G. I'll pull up with everything. I'll pull up with all my paperwork. You can check my shit. And I was even like telling someone, like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, that sounds kind of hard, dog. Like, you feel me?
I got my paperwork. I still got my 128G from 2017.
I was like, man, hey, this fool said that. I was looking at something like, fool, he's got his 128G, dog. Like, we really can't even, you know what I mean? Like, slide through.
All that shit.
Hey, but it took a minute, it took a minute to get us together, fool, because, you know, fucking schedules and shit like that was, you know, but, it was worth it, and I feel like you just started catapulting, bam, 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 and hitting them things, and this is motivation, fool, and now I can kind of see where your motivation came from, because doing a term like that, and not having any support, fool, like, that shit could really fuck with your head sometimes, especially in the shoe. Oh, shit, nigga, what? That's crazy.
Hey, or shit that we can order from the shoe, and even though, because Mendota is a northern prison, federal prison for them.
I didn't know that.
So that was my reception.
Oh yeah.
So and then like not
so
to speak
it was
on
you
it,
couldn't even get that
not to speak on it, but we cracking with them. You feel me?
In there.
We on cracking
for
with
sure.
them. So. You know what I'm saying? Being with, you feel me? All this.
Yeah.
Walking down the, you feel me?
It was funky?
Oh, what? Everybody staring like,
damn,
you feel me? And then like
that?
my neighbor was like, hey, Spencer la venta. And I was just like, holy shit.
Sure.
And he was like, hey, homie, you a homie or you a southerner? And I was just like, what? I was like, man, I am a homie and a southerner. You feel me? Like,
swear like that?
We was respectful though. Like, hey, yeah, I'm a sureño. You feel me? Try to correct him. You feel me? But he'd be like, all right, and then just keep it like that. But you know that as soon as boop bop thing, you feel me? So I ended up having to, you know, handle my business. When I transferred from Mendota, I transferred to Victorville, and they ended up uncuffing me with, you know, the opposition. So
swear.
And I you know, had to get down with him. You know, even though there was like a homie that was right there, didn't do shit.
What the fuck?
Dead homies.
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
Hey,
well, that's another conversation.
Do you think they be doing that on purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious. Like a motherfucker is like, you know what I mean. If you know that I you know, you see the tattoos or you know what I mean. you know, they be trying to you know, set you up, but it's a real setup because you gonna do it.
You gonna have to do it.
And if yeah.
I mean, not for that old boy that was just staring.
Hey, fool, hey.
Bust him out, dog. Bust him out. Who was it? Who was it? Dog?
Should I?
Oh no.
Go ahead.
Do I got to?
No, you don't got to. I mean, shit. I don't know.
I'm just fucking with you, dog. You ain't gonna do it, fool.
I low-key want to.
You gonna fuck?
I mean, that's on you. As long as you're gonna be like, hey, homie, come over here to the side.
Shit. I'm not gonna. I mean, that's
you gonna
in-house.
fuck up his career, dog.
Nah, that's an in-house. That's in-house shit. So
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
for
talk
sure,
about it.
for
But yeah, I mean, we can. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say who it was, but you know, I handle my business, and I had to go back to the shoe. So transferring from the shoe to another shoe was horrible because you know the first shoe was just bad, but they had like a space like this on the bottom of the door so you could fish. Man, you go to the other jail. I mean the other prison.
No, nothing.
Like this. So you know we was fishing with like papers and shit. It was weird.
Swear,
dog.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you couldn't really go that far unless somebody was assisting you.
Yeah.
Damn. And then fools would assist you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they would help you and shit.
Depends though.
Yeah, so they'll be like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
With a comb, with a comb. Hell yeah.
Okay, so you get out your thing, man. You get everything popping. All right. So then you meet Chito Ranas.
Yes,
and how did that work out? What happened there?
Jesus. He gave me that face.
Because you went.
He said.
You went up. But I mean, just keep it. You know.
Okay, so look. The whole Chito Ranas shit. All right. Initially, how I met Chito Ranas was for this guy right here. I tagged him, I tagged Bay Recon on my freestyle that I did on the video. I don't know if I tagged Silent, but I tagged everybody. And I don't know, one day it comes to another, Chito hits me up, bam. Hey homie, boo 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 boo. I fuck with your music, doo doo doo. I called this motherfucker and he told me, hey fool, I sent your shit to Chito and he fuck with your shit. He gonna holler at you, boop. So it initially started like that. So a lot of motherfuckers don't know, and I have to say it because initially it was supposed to be Mala and Bay Recon, and it was supposed to be Upstate Heavyweights. Straight up.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna bring it up because that's what initially I came here for.
What it was.
No, that's what it was. Fool, that's what it was. I was fucking with Mala and I was fucking with Bay Recon. So a lot of these niggas talking about all this woo-woo shit. Shut up. You just mad that... Never mind. But yeah, you feel me? But, you know, I fuck with both. You know, regardless of what type of shit went down or that created a fallout, you know what I'm saying? I still have the same love for both sides. You know what I'm saying?
And what do you think happened that day? You sick fuck.
Okay, well, we gotta explain.
What is your perspective on what happened?
I mean, bruh, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, well, let's explain what day we talking about. We're talking about the LA day when me and Sadio came down there.
When Chito got out.
When Chito got out, we had a studio session on a Sunday. It was literally the day he got out. We was at with OTR, you know, shout out to Soulless. And basically it was a bunch of motherfuckers in that studio, dog. It was, you know, it was the Upstate homies, it was the Wilmington homies, it was you know, shout out to Street Actor. Street Actor was there. You know, obviously Chito Ranas was there. So basically, you know, shit was, you know, you could feel the tension in the motherfucking studio. And it was a tension of not everybody knowing each other. So everybody was trying to be hard or everybody was trying to put their chest up because, you know, the first impression is always the best one. So, yeah. You know, when a motherfucker look over to a motherfucker, they over there acting all hard and shit, thinking like it's all good. So it's going to create attention. It's going to create all of us thinking like, oh, so these niggas don't like us. So we going to stay away from them. So, and if it cracks off, it cracks off. So that's what we was on. Like, we was on some, like, we're here to support Chito and fuck everybody else. And that's just the truth. Yeah. We came over there for a single reason, and it was Chito Ranas. We came over here to support him, and that was it. Until things started to go on. Hennessy,
Sick fuck.
I mean, I'm gonna keep
You
it
was
100.
fucked up.
Nigga told me before, he's like, look, fool.
Hey, fool,
Don't drink, dog.
There's always alcohol at the bottom. Alcohol
Of the
or
story.
some other shit at the bottom.
With my story,
some
for
shit
sure.
going
Whenever
on
I'm involved,
issue.
is alcohol.
Yeah, so
But yeah, go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
stop talking,
I'm gonna be
because
quiet.
I don't want you
say
to
it.
start interrupting me
Go.
about this shit. Because I know
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was the only person in that motherfucking studio that was sober and on the side and just watching everybody act dumb.
Yeah, what happened? You never told me for real.
I told Sergio, and we gonna have to keep it P.
Yeah.
I told Sergio, I said, don't drink. Don't drink. I said, don't drink. Not today. I said, brother, don't drink. Because I know how you get. You a wild motherfucker. You just overly hyped. ADHD times 3. And with Hennessy, it's not even ADHD no more. It's just, he's on crack. So, I mean, this guy wants to, you feel me? He wants to mingle and shit, even though, like, you know, shit's just looking weird in that motherfucker. You feel me? So, I don't think he peaked it until after the fact. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he peeped the whole
I get what you're saying.
the little tension until like it was like kind of like, wait, hold on, what the fuck? Oh shit. So now like Chito and Swifty, they doing their thing in the studio. They have like a big session for they can finish this album or whatever the fuck. So I mean, we was trying to do a song with Chito regardless. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what, you know, I'm not gonna say that's what we came here for. Because at the end of the day, we didn't come here to do the song. We came here to support the man. So whatever came from out of his heart is what we were gonna roll through. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just what it was until people started looking weird, and then Sergio disappears. Sergio disappears. I'm sitting with Chito. We're chilling, and then all of a sudden, somebody comes up to us and was like, "Hey, your homie's getting into an altercation." And then we come outside, and then we see Swifty and this guy. They're over there trying to, like, you feel me, look at each other like on some weird shit, you know. Swifty's like, "Hey, get the fuck out." Well, what did he say? Get the fuck out?
Nah, he didn't say get the fuck out, but
What'd
he
he
said, you
say?
gotta go. You gotta go.
He said, "You gotta go." He grabbed him. He said, "You gotta go." And he said, "Hey, don't touch me. Don't put your hands on me." So now, you know, him being especially being extra loud, everybody came out. So now it's like, it's that quiet, that 3-second quiet shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like everybody staring at each other like, "Hey, what's happening? What we on?" And now I'm just like on the side, like, bruh, I told this nigga not to drink. I understand the situation, but it's like now look, now Chito's all mad as fuck because he doesn't know what's going on. You know what I mean? It was me and him know the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Because we were sitting together when that shit happened. It was just like, "Hey, y'all in the altercation." We're just like, what the fuck is going on? So apparently, Swifty Blue kicked down the door or whatever the fuck, telling these dudes to get out. Now he's getting kicked out. And now I'm like tripping, like, damn, fool, like what's gonna happen? Now Chito's trying to put his money, his business to the side for us.
Yeah,
He said, "You know what? All the homies from the upstate, we getting the fuck out of here and we going home. Let's go. Let's go to the Airbnb." Swifty instantly was like, "What?" Yeah, so we go outside and then these fools are trying to square up with each other and shit. So we all looked at each other like, "Fuck, fool, what's gonna go down?" Cause Street Active instantly hit me up, looked at me and was like, "Hey, fool, trust me, it's good." You feel me? Cause that's my dog, fool. That, like, Street Active, like, I know him like that, fool. It's been like years, dog. So anyway, Chito was like, "Hey, round up the homies, like we out this bitch. Like I'm not gonna let anybody disrespect my company." You know what I'm saying? Cause that's what we were. You know, we were guests, fool. We're coming from the Bay Area. I don't give a fuck where I'm from. Like we're coming from driving 6 fucking hours, dog, to just, you know, be with the man. You know what I'm saying? So after that, you know, shit calmed down. I told Sergio, I was like, "Hey, fool, just go get something to eat." Cause this fool was drunk. Like, you can tell this motherfucker was like swerving, but it wasn't like,
nigga, I wasn't driving.
you wasn't drunk like
I wasn't driving.
No, fuck the
I
driving.
was swerving
Fuck
before.
the driving. Anyway, it's not like he was like tumbling or nothing. He was like when you know when you first get drunk, you're like hella amped. You just want to like
I was fucked up.
fuck everybody, like fuck the
tripping.
world type shit. Like that's what he was on. So it's like he was real pissed off. So he couldn't calm down. I felt like eating something would have been the best thing for him. You know what I mean? And being the homie, like I'm real chill. You feel me? And I know, like, I'm not gonna say I know what's best, but at that moment, I felt like that was the best thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So he left. You know. Shout out to AJ. AJ came pick Big Bird, Big Boy. He came and pick him up, and then instead of going to get something to eat, he calls me up talking about I got another bottle. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean you got another bottle, dog? Fuck that. I'm coming right back. I was like, man, I'm like, now I'm looking at Swifty. Now I'm looking at Chito. They're doing their music shit. And I'm just like, now I gotta holler at Chito. I gotta tell this motherfucker about to come and tear shit up. So I'm like, fuck. I hit up Chito and I was like, hey, better like this fool's gonna come back. He's like, fuck. Like, damn, dog. Like this. Give me the phone. And they were talking, and he kind of calmed down a little bit. You know, I talked to Swift. You know, I told Swift, I said, hey, fool, apologize, fool, because he was wrong, dog. You know, he was kind of wrong. You know what I mean? He didn't even know what happened between you and, you know, the little homie. You get what I'm saying? Even though it probably was a miscommunication, y'all both was wrong. You know what I'm saying? He agreed to go with you to the other spot when he could have just said, tell me right here. You know what I'm saying? You was wrong for even being faded and trying to beat up on a little ass kid. No, I'm saying,
fool, I wasn't even trying to do that. My mama's.
So one thing I think we need to backtrack a little bit, because I feel like people don't understand, because his name is getting thrown into the mix without even understanding on how he popped up, is Swifty. So how did Swifty even pop up to be in this situation? How is he here? Why is he here?
Okay, so Swift is getting mentioned right now because of the fact that he was part of the whole picking up Chito. You know, he's the one, like, even though, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, he can say otherwise, I don't give a fuck. We were supposed to pick him up.
We were supposed to pick him up.
We were supposed to pick him up. We were told, like, he might have told, Chito might have told 5 other niggas.
That's what I say.
You know what I'm saying? He might have told, but initially, like, we were supposed to be the one to pick him up. We were supposed to have a mansion party. We were supposed to have a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, for sure. We had a hella shit lined up.
So I mean, like, we were the ones that were like, you know what, we're gonna back him up. So all of a sudden, so we get, you know what I'm saying, Swifty gets brought up. So Swifty ended up picking him up and doing all that shit. So it's cool. I don't give a fuck. You know, I want Chito to go, you know what I'm saying, do whatever he feels like is the best for him. You know what I'm saying? But that's how he got brought up. He was a part of it. Like, not from us. Like, we weren't like, hey bro, Chito's getting out, you wanna come with us? Yeah. It was never like that. It was like he had already a plan for them motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So Swifty is a part of the equation.
Yeah.
From Chito.
Chito's side.
Not from.
No, not from us.
Not from your guys' choice to go over there and personally meet up with Chito. Swifty's there because he was already part of Chito's entourage, and you guys didn't want to go ahead and disrespect what he had going on.
Yeah, hell nah, because we respect Chito. So, I mean, you feel me? So I felt like we didn't want to fuck up his money or whatever he got going on. Right?
Yeah, because that's also his guest as well.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So
just so people understand that's how that is meeting in the middle.
Hell yeah.
And people are just keeping it cordial at the moment. So yeah, my bad, fool. Go ahead.
No, yeah. So after that, Swifty comes outside and comes up to Sedio and was like, "Hey, I apologize, bro." And we just kept it like that, and then we get back in get in the whip. We ended up going to the sesh, to a pop up, and then we was out there. We was gravy. We was having fun, you know. And then on the way back, we decided to go back to the studio with them, And then boom, some other shit went down. You know, Swift was kind of being a little bit disrespectful. You know, he was kind of, I guess he was frustrated because there was a lot of homies there. You know, it was a lot of stuff going on. So he wanted to be a little disrespectful, you know, with the homie. So, you know, we ended up having to really leave this time. It wasn't like the first incident. This time we actually grabbed our stuff. We ended up cutting out to the Airbnb with Chito. And that's what went down. You feel me? It wasn't no other shit. You know, Swift gonna tell you. Nah, it was just like that's how it went down. You feel me? And because we were planning to do a song with Chito.
Yeah,
he did say like, "Hey, we're gonna do a song. It's good.
We're gonna do an album, and then afterwards, y'all niggas can do some songs.
Y'all can do the songs." But shit got too intense. A lot of motherfuckers were starting to get drunk. Bunch of drama. You know what I'm saying? So it ended up being a real life tension between the homies from upstate and you know, down south shit. So it was like that's how it was, dog. You know what I mean? And when we went back to the Airbnb, we was talking about the whole situation. It was just, you know, it was just it was a toxic ass shit. You know what I mean? That shit was toxic, fool. Like, you know, we're all homies, and we would feel like, cause we're coming from upstate, you know, we would have a little bit more like love and shit like that. But it was like a lot of motherfuckers be hating, dog. And it's the truth. They don't like to see another motherfucker shine.
Mm-hmm.
That's the real life truth. Yeah. That's why nobody can progress. That's why nobody can really do anything, because of another motherfucker's looking like, oh, he might be the one that gets picked to go do this, or he might, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
People have the "why not me" mentality,
and that's bullshit, dog.
Exactly.
That's bullshit. Like, I find that, like, bro, like, if it wasn't your turn, it wasn't your turn, bro. If you get called to go do a song, get up and go, and if you don't, then sit there and watch, and if not, go do your own song. Straight up. That's just what it is.
Now, out of all these stuff, you know, that, and maybe now listening to you, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of see a different side of it, and I kind of see like, damn, maybe I was on some sick shit,
bro. Bro, you was, bro. We had a whole ass like an hour conversation outside of why he shouldn't be drinking. In the car, I told him, don't be drinking, bruh. Look at what just happened. You need to chill the fuck out. Nigga, no, hard headed, no. And we even had people. You even called him.
Yeah.
Hey, Silent even called them to calm him down. Said you hang up on him.
Damn,
you hung up on him.
I was
fool.
mad, fool.
You hung up on Silent, fool.
Fool, I was on some sick shit right there. I mean, nobody could talk to me right there, honestly. And now looking back at it, I'm like, damn, fool, I was like out of my mind right there, fool. Yeah. And that's why, yeah, that shit went left, fool. Now, I mean, now listening to you say it, I can kind of see. Yeah, I was on some sick shit right there. Yeah, I mean, I can't really say shit about it. I mean, shit already happened. Yeah. It is what it is.
Besides that shit, it was a great experience. Even though like I got to see, you know, Chito work, Swifty work. You know, I got like just an artist that's been doing this for a while, dog.
What'd you learn from those fools?
Just the consistency, fool. Like consistency of like writing and regardless of having 100 things going on around you, you're still in your mode. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that you were more motivated after you saw that?
Hell yeah. I was like, oh, what? Hell yeah. Cause I see like the whole like the whole scenery, like and the way I got on a song with him was the same way, fool. Like the next time I was like, cause I had already seen him being in the studio and record and all that shit. So I was like, man, this time I'm not gonna leave this motherfucker. Man, I sat right next to this motherfucker and he did his song, and then I mean he did like the first part, from I'd Rather Be Dead. He did his part, and then he looked at me and he was like, get in, and I was just like, I already wrote my shit. I already knew that he was gonna ask, man. So yeah, that's how it went down. I was scared, but I did it without no shyness. I did it without any type of.
Now, would you say you have a different feeling because you're with Chito, right?
Yeah.
So you might automatically clicked with him.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
What I'm trying to say by that is, do you think that's an upstate thing or a down south thing? Because you're from down south and from upstate.
Yeah.
Can you try to say what is the differences between like which do you click with more, if you would to say, and what are the differences when you click with somebody?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I click with both sides, fool, and it sucks to say because I know you see me when I'm in LA, dog, and you see the people I'm with, and you see how like I'm like, you feel me, like you feel me. But it's like I think it's just the urban side of like, cause the Bay Area is more like you feel me, more swaggish.
I would say from looking at you and how do you talk with people. Me personally, I don't know how you're thinking in your head, but what I would think is, in upstate, you know you can trust us. You know you can trust me. You can kind of
yeah. If you're thinking about it in that type of point,
and then
hell yeah.
Folks from LA,
nah, I can't because I'm already
you don't know who it could be
because I beef it with.
So I told Sergio this a week ago, and I felt like me personally, I made a good point on the differences on how it feels. Just real quick, and then we can get back to what you're talking about.
Oh, good. Go ahead.
On the difference between the homies upstate and down south is that in upstate, you could touch down in any city and see a homie and immediately in your head think that that's somebody I can rely on right there. Because if some shit pops off with some northerners, you know that this fool right here might have your back.
With it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of wherever you go. There might be some spots here or there depending on if there's some personal issues going on where it's like, all right, you feel me? I might have to tee off on some fools or might get a little bit more than this.
Or you might get some help.
But besides that, you know that wherever you touch down, you see a homie that it's like, this is my people right here. Instantly. If it ain't red, if it ain't that extra dot, if it ain't that one extra number, then this is somebody I could trust. So what I was telling him is that the difference is that up here we take unity to a whole nother level as far as upstate homies.
I think I've experienced that, fool. Cause me growing up, obviously we grew up around different homies, different everything, and I've seen like my homies, like we have a saying in my hood is if it ain't from my hood, it ain't no good.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So we don't trust nobody else. Right. So for me to actually come to the Bay Area and look at like the homies and be like, hold on, bro, like I feel like we in the same hood.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You feel me? Because the unity is ridiculous.
It's like hoods within hoods.
Yeah,
right?
so
it's like a bigger hood, and then that hood has hoods within hoods.
Exactly.
And then like in LA, you would say that like each city you touch down, you don't know when you see homies, you don't know if it's good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Right? You don't know if it's okay. You don't know if some shit had just cracked off. And then same goes with the Crips and the Bloods and the other races. You don't know what it's like in that area at the moment. So you're always questioning.
That's a great point.
So my point is that when you come up here, instantly we take unity to another level as far as our raza and homies.
Yeah, hell
you know what I'm saying? And you know immediately that when you see other homies, regardless of whatever city, that it's like, okay, this is somebody I could trust right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You make a great ass point.
So that was my point with that as far as the differences, because I feel like people are only spreading the differences based on the different gang types.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of a pointless statement because regardless, however you see it across the United States or different countries, everybody's going to grow up in a different demographic. Everybody's going to grow up in different areas that don't get along with other areas, and we are modern day tribes, right? Yeah. So back in the day, tribes, Aztecs, and whoever, like it was just different groups of people going at it with other groups who didn't understand each other, right?
Yeah.
So we are just modern day tribes, and we get along with our own tribes over here in the upstate.
That shit's dope, fool. It's dope as fuck, fool. I ain't gonna lie. Out here is more unified, fool. Like just like how you said, like if my tires pop. And like I'm on the side of the road and the homie seen like my tattoos and shit.
Yeah.
Like out here they gonna stop.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you're in the mix anywhere and you see a homie getting into it or getting jumped, you most
you know
likely
gonna jump
that
in.
happens.
You're most likely gonna stop and be like, you gonna get into it, and then you guys are gonna introduce yourselves to each other after. Be like, hey, homie, I seen that.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your name? Woo woo. Because there was no question, without a doubt, that is somebody you should be helping out.
Yeah,
You can
So,
be. Yeah.
so that was my that was a little bit of my epiphany that I had with him on a better way to address the differences.
Yeah.
You know, violence is violence. There's violence everywhere across the world, right? But my demonstration and what I wanted to explain a little bit with the differences is that point, is that we take unity to a different level when it comes to homies.
Damn, that's a good ass fucking comparison.
Analogy.
But yeah, go ahead, dog.
No, I feel like because you could be somewhere like in a random ass city out here, somewhere get jumped by some fools, and you can kind of expect somebody's gonna come and help you, and that's happened. Like you'll just randomly, and some like 3 motherfuckers from nowhere will just be like, "Hey, homie, what's up, dog? Like, let's even this up." Type, like it'll be like that, and that you can't happen in LA, fool, because motherfuckers won't even give a fuck. Like, that nigga's getting his ass jumped.
Hell yeah.
But on another note, then the reason why I say that tight unity type of thing is like, the way I've seen you interact in LA, I've seen you interact with other homies in LA, and it's very respectful, but it's like in a certain way. I would for people in LA to understand this, how I think that he looks like he interacts with us. He interacts with us like we're from his hood. Yeah. But we're not. You know what I'm saying? But we interact that way. He could be himself around us. That's how we majority of ours are. When he's over there, his hood is his hood. Yeah. And everyone around him is like, okay, you feel me? You got to look around a little bit, like, who's that? Da, da, da. Yeah. So that's what I would get to. And the reason why I said it is, I feel like us, would you ever, like, I feel like us, you can't really ever really hold a stupid grudge against somebody tough, because eventually there's always some way to repair the issue, repair it somehow, because you don't really wish, when you have that type of unity, it's hard to wish, like, death or like really beef with somebody. I would say. Yeah. So would you in a situation, because I know that maybe you had like a falling out with Chito Ranas, is it some real type of shit, or is it more like, hey, let's just talk type thing?
Nah, it's just more on some real talk shit. You know what I mean? Like, even though I got hella mad at him for taking down my damn videos, bro. Like. Man, I spend money. You feel me? We all invest in our own craft. So for a motherfucker to fuck with that, you're gonna be upset. Definitely. And so for the people that don't know why he took my videos down, I don't even know. So you know what I mean? It had nothing to do with me. It just had to do with some internal shit. It had nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm upset because he involved me in that shit. So yeah, I get mad and I say all this type of shit, but yeah, that's still my nigga. You know what I'm saying? He still act like he's acting like a nothing.
There's always fallouts, especially with people that know each other. And someone asked me that question, and I'm like, I mean, it's not that serious, bro.
It's not serious. Like, I'm about to just no, it's nothing like that. It's just. Bro, acting like a weenie. That's it.
You just gotta address things sometimes.
Straight up, damn homies. He's acting like a weenie, bro. You nigga be a man and hit me, nigga talk, nigga communication.
You gotta be
key.
straight up sometimes and just tell people how it is, even if they don't like to hear it.
Exactly.
Just tell them the truth.
Exactly.
That's what I think. Okay, so I think that low key about wraps it up. What do you think? You want to touch on anything else?
Is there anything you want to let the fans know? You got anything else out right now? Something they need to be looking out for, or what you got going on?
Oh yeah, so on the 8th of this month, I got a song dropping, So Rough, So Tough. Video gonna be coming out. We gonna be on 23rd Street with it. You know what I'm saying? Lolos, all that shit. Tap in, Gravedigga3300 on Instagram. You want to be involved. As far as music wise, I got an album coming out. We don't have a date yet, but it's called Dr. Evil. Check that shit out, bitch.
Yeah, that's right. Yo, motherfuckers, go check that shit out. We'll be back with another one.
Blue flag, fact 200 block baby. Traficando on the highway 80. I'm from the Bay, your state where the motion be. I'm all up in the north, but they saying I ain't supposed to be. Thought I died and came back like it's sorcery. Didn't wanna do it, but these suckers kept forcing me. Said she loved me, but I did her dirty anyways.